What's up everyone? It's Corey. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to be working on a little internal rotation of the shoulder here, okay? So fundamentally, your shoulders are supposed to rotate externally and internally, and we're going to actually see how well they rotate, and I'm going to give you a video and show you how to actually give you more internal rotation and get you some gains and strength train that stuff. So anybody who does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, any hand balancers out there, any just general human beings, we need these things to rotate, okay? So since we sit at a desk all day, we drive all day, and if we don't focus them in our training, they start to not actually, they atrophy. By atrophy, they just start to kind of die off, get weak, lose muscle mass, etc. And so what we're gonna do here is show you a way to bring some blood flow and some fluid there, keep you nice and pain-free, okay? So first, I'll kind of show you a quick way to assess exactly where your internal rotation is. Now, first thing we'll do is kind of hands in a field goal position here, 90 degrees. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my hand on the top of my shoulder. We're gonna internally rotate as far as you can go. Now what's gonna happen is if you go too far, that shoulder blade is gonna kind of carry over with you, and we wanna mitigate that. So we're gonna find that end range to where you can go internally. Now if I go any further, my wrist is gonna try to take over, and I'm gonna dump it in the shoulder, okay? So all you need for today is yourself, a mat, and a yoga block, okay? So what we're gonna do here is you are going to lay on your side, all right? So I'm gonna lay and I'm gonna stack both my shoulders on top of each other, both my hips on top of each other. Then from here, all I'm doing is scooping these knees in at 90 degrees. Now, for some of you, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna have to scoot your hips back a little bit, because you might hit yourself in the, if you have a lot of range, you might hit yourself in the groin area. For us males, we don't want that to happen. Usually women have a lot more range from what I've seen so far, unless you're a crazy acrobat and gymnast. Now, next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna see, I'm gonna put myself in a 90 degree here, which puts my shoulder in a pretty vulnerable state. So for today's video, we're gonna move in about 30 degrees. Now, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that this shoulder blade here, my right one in this case, stays pressed down on the ground, and I'm gonna internally rotate this shoulder actively as far as I can go. Now if I go any further, that's gonna happen, and I don't want that to happen, all right? Now from here, we're gonna take this other hand, my left one in this case, and you can either go the top of your wrist here, you can go hand on the elbow and use that forearm to pull yourself passively, because you're going to have more passive range than you do actively. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Now you're not trying to mimic my position here, except for the way I'm laying, etc. But your range is going to be different, okay? It's going to be different for everybody. Now that we've assessed where our passive range is, we're going to take some slow breaths in, slower breaths out. Just relax here, hang out. Set a timer for about 2 minutes. Now we're going to imagine that 2 minutes is up. What we're going to do for Pails is I'm going to keep this hand or hand on the wrist or hand on the elbow, and I'm going to actually try to rotate this fist externally, so the opposite way, and my elbow and my hand's going to stop that, all right? We're going to build up 20, 40, 60, 80, safest, greatest effort. Hold that for some time. Then immediately, that's Pails. Our rails, which we're trying to create the more workspace or more internal rotation, it's going to be the exact opposite. So in this case, all I'm doing is trying to actually pull my fist or wrist off of my elbow, and I'm pretending like I'm arm wrestling an invisible ghost. If you feel like it's not enough, you can go ahead and always take that hand, the top hand underneath this wrist, and try to pretend to pull it back. Not pretend, but try to pull it back into external rotation while you're fighting yourself. So you're almost arm wrestling yourself here. We'll hold that for some time. Then you're gonna listen to my cues, and when we relax, we're just gonna see if we can get a little bit more range. All right, so here we go together. We're gonna do that for 2 rounds. Here's round 1. Take a breath in, pack that air in your stomach, irradiate or squeeze your knees together, squeeze the feet together, squeezing every muscle in the body. Now starting to try to rotate this fist up into the elbow, 20%, all right? Let's start to work our way to 40%. Let's make efforts to 60. Oh yeah, start to feel a little bit more tension here in the top of the shoulder. Work your way to 80. Now give me your safest, but your greatest max effort. Squeeze and hold there. Now I want you to make sure the rest of your body's at 100. Keep yourself at that 100. Don't lose it. Hold this for 5 more seconds. Hold it for 4. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. 1. Now, nothing changes. Your body's a statue. Instead, you're arm wrestling yourself for that invisible ghost. Squeezing for 10. Don't let that shoulder blade come up off the ground. Hold that. 7, 6, 5. You got this. 4. Come on. 3, 2. Relax. See if you can get a little bit more range in there without this shoulder blade coming off the ground. In my case, I did. Slow breath in, slower breath out. All right. So here's where we would sit for about 1 minute. Okay. And you'd relax, no tension, nothing going through the body, just chilling here for about a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and do one more round. Okay. We're going to pretend like that minute already passed. We're going to take a nice breath in, irradiate, and start to, again, rotating that fist up into that top arm, 20%. Rotating from that stretch tissue here. Work your way to 40. Make efforts to 60. Yep, we're going to start to get some fun in here. Oh yeah, 80. Now give me your safest, and we're deeper in the stretch, so you're not as strong. Greatest max effort. Squeeze. Hold that. 10 seconds. You got this. Making sure the rest of your body's nice and tight. Everything you got here. Come on, hold. Give me 5. Max effort. 4. Max effort. 3, 2, 1. Now, rails effort. Trying to arm wrestle that invisible ghost. Rotating that fist in closer to yourself. Trying to rotate deeper into that stretch. Hold 5 more seconds. 4 more seconds. You got this, fam. 3, 2, 1. Elbow goes on top of that wrist again. Slowly relax and see if you're able to get a little bit more range in there. Let's go ahead and do 3 recovery breaths here together. One more, you're doing great. I guess we didn't entertain Zelly. She's nice and passed out. She doesn't want any part of it. She got the gains today already. All right, now that we've established we got a little bit more range in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pull ourselves just a little bit out of that range, just to where I can successfully rotate that fist in and off the elbow a little bit deeper back into the range, because we're going to start to strength train this. These are called passive range liftoffs. Okay, so we found our very end range passive. Okay, now I want you to create enough space in between this top elbow and this bottom hand to where I can slide a credit card in between there. So if you can lift off like a lot there, I'd close in that gap to where it's right here. Back up. Okay, take a nice breath in. Pack that air, squeeze all the things, and lift off for 1, and then slowly bring it back up. Lift off for 2. Another thing that's going to happen, this shoulder blade is going to want to come off the ground. Don't let that happen. Lift up, lift off for 3. Slowly bring it back. 4. Each time you're trying to get a little bit deeper in there, trying to get that hand a millimeter closer to the ground. 5. Back up. 6. Back up. 7. Back up. 8. Back up. 2 more. Come on. 9. You got this. Back up. And 10. Back up. Relax for a second. Shake it out. Starting to strength train that tissue. The next thing we're going to do is what we're called eccentrics. So we're basically just going to control the negative. In this case, you're going to pull yourself back up to about right here in a vertical position with your knuckles facing the ceiling. We're going to take our top hand. Now I want you to imagine on a scale of 1 to 5, you're going to have a 5 trying to rotate this fist back towards external, and your hand's going to be a 5 trying to not let that happen. Now the top hand is going to win against our bottom hand, and that bottom hand is going to be about a 4, and we're going to control down for 5 seconds until we hit our end range. 4, still fighting that fist up towards the other side. 3, 2, find your end range, still driving that fist up to the ceiling, and relax. 4 more like that. 5 and 5 with the top hand. Now that bottom hand becomes a 4, and that top hand wins. 5 seconds down, 4 seconds down, 3 seconds down, 2 seconds down, 1. That's 2. Still fight. Relax. Back to the top. 3 more. You guys got this. Come on. Breath in. Squeeze all the muscles. 5 and 5 on both hands. Bottom hand is a 4, top hand still a 5, down 5. 4, 3, 2, 3, still fight, relax. Last one, or last two, best two. Boom, and down 5. 4, 3, 2, 4. Fight, 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 find your end range. Relax, last one, best one of this set. And down 5, come on. 4, notice I'm shaking. Don't be afraid to breathe hard, squeeze hard. You got this, it's your own time. 3, 2, fight it at the bottom still for 3, 2, still fighting that hand up, 1, and relax. Shake that out for a second. All right, now in this case, for the sake of this video, I'm only gonna do one set of both, but I'd ask of you kind of find what's best for you. Maybe just only do one set of both today. Switch and rinse and repeat to that other side with the left arm. Do the same thing there. Then I would have you check in with the shoulder car immediately after. See how you feel. Again, you should feel better after your training, not so much worse, okay? So check in with yourself tomorrow, later today. See how the DOMs are. DOMs are delayed onset muscle soreness. Maybe you feel sore immediately after. Maybe you feel sore later. Maybe you feel sore tomorrow, 2 days from now. But it's really just finding out what the best adaptation is for you. This is an exploration and just a movement exploration and figuring out more about yourself and what do you need for your adaptation and for your greatest potential, greatest body, greatest pain-free mobile movement, okay? So I sure hope that benefits you. Hope you guys feel better. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'm always here for you. Thanks so much. Have a great day, y'all. Take care.